Hi, I'm Dom, the BCBA mom, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about taking what you already know about being a BCBA and applying it to 10 additional streams of income. Yes, I'm talking more flexibility in your schedule, more streams of income, more ways to make impact, more ways to strengthen your skill set, and leave a legacy on this earth that will live on when you are no longer in the field. Not only am I going to list 10 additional streams of income, but I'm going to give you tips on how you can get into those fields and give you an idea of how much money you can make with each of these additional streams. Good, right? Let's get right into it. Number one, supervision and mentorship. Now, I cannot tell you how many times people have DM'd me because they are looking for supervision. We know that that is a requirement in order to matriculate through this program, and they are needing someone to provide that service for them. Not everyone works in a clinic. Not everyone works as an RBT. Not everyone has access to a BCBA who is licensed in their state that can provide that supervision. So that is something that you can do. In order to get into that field, all you have to do is take your 8-hour supervision test and get the word out that you are now providing supervision. I know sometimes you can reach out to your old classmates or cohort members, and let's say you've passed the test and now you are a BCBA, but they are still trying to get supervision hours. Reach back out to somebody that you build a connection with during your coursework, and that could be a way that you start your clientele for providing supervision. Another way is mentorship. I get so many questions about just how to get started in the field, how to maintain your BCBA, how to navigate burnout, just all of the questions. And reading the BACB website is great. Like, it's cool and all, but sometimes you just need to talk to a real person to understand, like, am I interpreting this right? What does that really mean? What does that look like? What did it look like for you? I get asked so many questions, and so many people are just looking for guidance, especially from professionals that look like them. So providing mentorship services, even if it's just like a one-time check-in or an ongoing package deal where you're meeting with them 4 times a month, or you're doing lives or question and answers where you're answering questions. Y'all, people have so many questions about this field because it's not as widespread as you would think. Like, people are just on the Googler trying to figure out and how to interpret what it is that they need to do. So in efforts not to hit any potholes or skip any steps, sometimes they just want to talk to somebody that will guide them along the way. Now, I give a lot of mentorship out for free, all of my YouTube videos. Anytime you comment and ask me something, I will comment back on Instagram, TikTok, all of my social media platforms. That is my way of being your online mentor. Imagine having all of this experience in your repertoire. Imagine having all of this on your resume. You would be unstoppable. I know I talk a lot about the highlights of being a BCBA, but I never really get into the lows of this job. I'm the BCBA mom, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are negotiating our salaries. One thing I wish someone would have told me my first year as a BCBA is there is always, but if you wanted to formalize it and people wanted that one-on-one time and that undiverted attention where they are specifically answering your questions, you may want to look into mentorship, and you can provide mentorship for them. You don't have to know everything about ABA to be a BCBA mentor, okay? Get that out your mind right now. But believe that you know more than you think you do, because you got to this place right now. So why not continue to share that knowledge and mentor the next generation? If you decide to provide supervision or mentorship, in my experience, supervisors charge anywhere between $40 to $100 an hour per supervised hour. So that can be your hourly rates. As far as mentorship, I say if you are coaching them professionally and they're already a BCBA, I may charge maybe $100 per session versus someone who is very, very new into the field and they just want some guidance. You may break it down to maybe $50 a session, or maybe even do it for free. If you want to know how to get into this field of providing supervision and mentorship, you can add these services on your LinkedIn. You can start posting in ABA Facebook groups saying, hey, I am a remote supervisor in this area, or I provide mentorship on how to start your own business, or I provide mentorship on how to create or how to conduct different types of assessments. Trust me, there are so many questions. Even as a BCBA, I still have, and I still need a mentor at this big age. So the need is out there. Will you meet that need? The second stream of income is tutoring or parent training. So there is a group of people who have already finished their supervision, they finished their coursework, and now they're just trying to pass this big exam, and they've tried everything, but they haven't tried you. So providing, if you know that you have some really great study tips, you still have all of your notes and your Cooper book, you still have all of your all of the things that helped you pass your exam, and you have the time, you can host a tutoring session. You can do one-on-one tutoring, you can do a group session, however that looks for you. People need what it is that you have, so you can provide that service to them. You can tutor aspiring BCBAs, or you can tutor aspiring RBTs. There are so many people that are trying to pass this RBT exam, and it's like they're learning a new language because they didn't have to go through the master's program or get the Cooper book, or all they have is the 40-hour training, which may not be enough to understand a whole new language and new concepts. So you can provide tutoring to aspiring RBTs or aspiring BCBAs. Another form of tutoring or training is parent training. So I know so many parents who have children on the spectrum or children with special needs. And when I tell you, the parents do not play. They want to learn this information. They want to equip themselves with knowledge so that they can help their child or their adult, their individual, have the best quality of life. But they may not qualify for ABA services, or they may not need the full ABA services. So you can provide just parent training where you're training them on different ABA concepts and procedures, antecedent strategies, functions of behavior, data collection, naturalistic teaching. There are so many things that you can teach parents that will help them navigate or manage behaviors in their home. Now for tutoring, you can charge anywhere between $30 or $60 an hour, depending on if you're tutoring an RBT versus tutoring a BCBA. If you do a group session, or if you just have, hey, like this is the next 3 months, this is a tutoring package, then you may want to give them package deals. So always have a bigger package available, because sometimes, like if you say, hey, let's do one session, they will do one session, but maybe they want it more. So always have a bigger package available just in case they want more from you, because you're good at what you do, so why wouldn't they want more? Same with parent training. You can say, hey, we can do a one-off check-in, or we can meet once a month. We can meet 4 times a month. We can talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. I'm just here to support you. Now, remember, you're not their BCBA unless you are conducting a functional behavior assessment. You've observed the behavior. You've done all the things that you have to do. But if you're just supporting that parent, the topography can look like you want it to look, just as long as that you are following our ethical guidelines. How do you even get started with tutoring or parent training? Yeah, I would just give some parent training away for free. That could mean going to your child's school and speaking at their career fair, or going to local organizations and just start giving away, disseminating ABA for free, build up your following, have some little cards with the QR code saying, if you want more of this, just scan the QR code and book a session with me. But you may have to start giving it out for free. At least that's how I started. I started presenting at agencies for teen mothers and churches and community organizations, schools, my kids' schools, other people's kids' schools. And I was disseminating on social media. So whenever someone thought of, man, who could I ask to help me study or to teach me this material, I was the first person that came to their mind, because I was consistently giving out free information, and that increased my credibility. They liked me, they trusted me, and they wanted to work with me. The third stream of income is creating materials. How many of us spend so many billable hours making picture cards or token boards, token economies, laminating, printing, trying to find that perfect image to match this perfect trial or program that you're running? Baby, I don't have time for that anymore. But if you have the time, and if that is your gift, why not create it and sell it for other BCBAs so that we can utilize our time doing things that we're good at? I don't know about you. I'm not an artist. It takes me a long time just to figure out what's going on this computer. But if there's somebody who can do it a lot quicker, a lot better, a lot more efficient, I'd rather pay that person to do it than me spending my precious time doing something that's not going to look too great. So if you are good at making picture cards, stimuli, token boards, like all the things that you would see on Teachers Pay Teachers or Etsy, you can even create workbooks. So everyone is studying for something, right? Whether you're studying for the RBT exam, the BCBA exam, or you're in your ABA program and you're just studying the concepts and principles. Everybody could use a workbook, a study book, some type of journal. Just find a need out there and meet that need. So let's say you've created stimuli. You can charge $10 to $15 per download. Or if it's a physical copy, you may charge $25 for them to order it and you ship it to them. If you are creating a workbook, a study workbook that has mock exams, and you sell the workbook for $25 or $50, all you need is 40 sales, and then you have $2,000 worth of passive income coming in per month. That's another way to utilize your skill set, utilize everything you know in ABA, put it on a tangible product, whether that's a shirt, a keychain, a bag, a water bottle, all the things that we need as behavior analysts. If you want to create it for us, thank you. We will pay for it. Number 4, speaking engagements and CEUs. So this one is my favorite. If you guys remember the last video, I said that one of my goals, one of my dream goals of multiple streams of income was to be a paid speaker, an invited speaker. So far, that has happened, I don't know, at least 6 times, whether that was in person or virtually, where someone has reached out to me and said, we want to pay you to come up with a CEU on whatever topic you want. Usually they give me the autonomy to come up with any topic that I want, whether it's ethics, supervision, or general, and I will come up with either an hour or a 2-hour CEU training. If I'm doing a conference in person, usually they pay anywhere between $500 or $2,000 per speaking engagement, and that also includes travel and lodging. So they'll put you up in a really nice hotel room. They'll give you probably like a $500 minimum for travel expenses. So you're just like out here jet setting, living your best life, being that traveling BCBA and getting paid for it. Now, if you decide to do it online and they're using a platform like Behavior Live, then that means a lot of people are going to see your work over and over again. So that creates even more opportunities for people to reach out to you and say, I love that training that you did with this conference. I love that training you did with that conference. Can you come and do that for us here? Can you do that for us here? Or if it's just an on-demand training, you can negotiate either a set rate for that one training, or you can negotiate a rate where you are getting paid every time someone purchases your training. So right now I have both. I have a few trainings that I've done where I've gotten a set rate, and I've negotiated a higher rate if they are not able to pay me ongoing. And then I have a company where I did 2 trainings for them about 4 years ago. And every month on the 1st, I still receive a paycheck from them. So we are talking about passive income, putting the work in first, creating the training, everything that's in your mind that you need to get it out, and then sell it. Because we all pay for CEUs. We pay for 32 CEUs every credentialing cycle. Somebody has to create the training. Somebody has to create the continuing education units. Why not you? I know you have a lot to say. So let's work on that this year. Number 5, content creation and brand deals. So this part of the video is brought to you by the First Work app. So First Work is a digital platform for your ABA sessions. Remember, we talked about creating all of that stimuli and picture cards, just piles of paper in your bag, carrying it from session to session. If you download the First Work app, all you need is your device, whether that's an iPad, iPhone, Android. You can digitize and individualize all of your discrete trial training sessions within the app. So if you want to make time to start grabbing additional streams of income, you may want to invest in the First Work app, because it'll free up your time, because you would be able to customize everything you need for your session in the app, and the app almost runs the program or the session for you. I'm going to link the app in the description, and don't forget to tell them that your girl Dom sent you. But content creation in general has proven to be a very lucrative way to make extra streams of income. For example, I am now monetized on YouTube. I remember when I was so excited when we made 600 subscribers. We are almost at 800 subscribers. Can you believe it? And then I got really excited because we were almost at 6,000 subscribers. Now we are almost at 16,000 subscribers. Yes. So that shows you that consistency, having the knowledge and putting it out on social media can be very lucrative. So YouTube pays me once a month, and the more I work on my YouTube content, the more they are going to pay me. So starting a YouTube channel, starting to disseminate ABA on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Shorts, even on Pinterest and LinkedIn, there are so many outlets now that are allowing you to make longer content videos or edutainment type videos. So if that's something you're into and you like content creating anyway, there are a lot of brands who are looking for micro influencers. Or if that's just one way that you want to kind of leave your mark on this earth, content creation is a really great way to do that. Just ask Dom, the BCBA mom. Still hanging in there strong. 16,000 subscribers. Y'all, I'm so happy so far. Please don't forget to subscribe, and we are moving right along. So some of the brand deals, you can negotiate $100 per video, $300 per video, or on YouTube is to get to $10,000 a month. Okay, so I'm speaking into existence. YouTube, I need you to hear me. Subscribers, I need y'all to hear me. My goal is to get to $10,000 in revenue just by content creation per month. And it's doable. Some people are getting brand deals where they're getting $10,000 per video, right? So you just have to find your niche. Whether your niche is ABA, whether your niche is parent training, your niche may be conducting assessments or working specifically on potty training, right? Parents love that. Find your niche and continue to create content in that way. Number 6, the one we've all been waiting for, opening up your own ABA clinic. So, yeah, anybody can do this. You technically don't have to be a BCBA to open your own clinic, but it helps if you're a BCBA in so many ways, right? And you don't have to be a BCBA for long to open up your own clinic. Some people are working on their clinics before they even pass their exam because there is a need for more ABA clinics. There are so many individuals that are on wait list. No one is able to provide services to them. So the more ABA clinics that we have that are run by BCBAs, that are under our ethical codes, that are run with integrity and cultural responsiveness, and just run by good professionals, good people, that is going to help impact our field significantly, right? There shouldn't be anyone on a wait list. And in order to do that, you have to meet that need. So I did make a video on how to start your own ABA business. I will link that to this video. But if it's been on your mind, if it's something that's been keeping you up at night, that's definitely something you want to look into. And how much can you make from something like this? Anywhere between 150 to 250 per billable hours. So if you think of an individual who may have 40 hours of ABA, 30 hours of ABA, that's just one client. Now let's say you onboarded 5 clients and then 10 clients, and you do the math. So there is a lot of money in creating or starting or building an ABA clinic, but also remember you have to pay for the building, you have to pay for the furniture, all of the toys, you have to pay the RBT and the staff, the janitorial team, keeping the lights on, keeping the heat on, the air on, appreciation days, whatever that looks like. So there is a lot of money up front, but there is a huge return on creating your ABA clinic. Not just a monetary return, but a return in impacting the lives of the people that we serve. 7th stream of income is tapping into higher education. Yes, I'm talking about the universities. There are so many universities out here, especially historically Black college and universities, that do not have an ABA program. Never even heard about ABA. It wasn't until after I got my master's in psychology that I was even introduced to ABA. I wish someone would have come to my undergraduate program and say, hey, all of you psychology students, social work students, speech pathology, anybody who's just in the field of helping people, there is another avenue or path that you can go down, and let me tell you a little bit about ABA. Maybe that conversation would have shifted the trajectory of my career. Maybe I would have become a BCBA a lot sooner. Now I have no regrets. But for the next generation, I really feel like that we need to introduce ABA into their lives a lot sooner. So you can do this by partnering with universities, whether that is local universities, state schools. That way, they know that they have options. Whenever I graduate from this undergraduate program in psychology or speech pathology or sociology or social work, I don't know what I really want to do. But when that BCBA came to speak to us at the seminar, it just really opened my eyes, and now I know I want to be a BCBA. That is never going to happen unless you do it. For that, you can charge anywhere between $2,000 or $10,000 for your course, depending on what is the school budget or how long they want you to be involved with this program. Number 8 is something that I've been doing my whole entire career, is consulting with other agencies. Specifically, I love to consult with agencies that work with adults. They typically have a fund of money for behavioral services. So I go to the agency, they assign, like, these are your clients. They usually live in a group home or a Scylla home, and I am their behavior analyst. And it is the most fun job ever. Working with adults is the most well-kept secret in the field of ABA. Another thing I will add to that is school contracts. Y'all, so many schools have reached out to me this year offering me six-figure positions to be their school BCBA. I'm just gonna let that marinate, right? So imagine that job plus all of these other jobs. We're just gonna be making it rain out here and making the information about ABA rain in the minds of the people that need it. So consulting with ABA agencies, consulting with schools is another stream of income. So yeah, when you add all of those up, that's way more than 10, but the list can keep going on and on. Here's the thing. We're not trying to get burnt out, right? You don't have to do all of these at once. Just find the ones that match your values, match your vision of what you thought you would be doing as a BCBA, and go after those first. You being a BCBA doesn't have to look like anybody else that you know. You can pave your own way. We didn't even touch into organizational behavior management and tapping into some of these corporations and say, hey, you need a way to build morale in your company? Do you need a way to increase sales and decrease disgruntled employees? All of that is applied behavior analysis, and we can apply that to so many settings. On your own time, on your own terms. And remember, your multiple streams of income should also equal multiple streams of peace. Peace to have flexibility, freedom, money, to do what you want to do, to have slow mornings, long vacations, and continue to grow professionally as a therapist. All right, so if you thought this video was helpful, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and let me know which was your favorite stream of income. And don't forget to share this video, guys. Don't keep it to yourself. We all need to know all of the ways that we can apply these skills to make a global impact. All right, that's all, and I'll see you on the next one.